Hi, it's Thursday, June 18th, 2020, and this is, as it always is, the Pro and Con Show, and I'm your host, Michael James Ott. Welcome to the show. Hey, as always, got to be better citizens, okay? Just a few words here at the beginning. Better citizens. Accepting that, these issues before us are more complex than fit in a few words on a bumper sticker. Those few words, by the way, are meant to incite emotion to control you. Okay, there are wealthy, powerful people that are seeking to label you, to simplify you, and to push your buttons so that they control you, so they control your vote instead of you controlling your vote. You controlling how you think. If you let these people push your buttons, if you let these people gain control over your emotions, then you are letting them think for you. And I beg you, please, better citizens. Okay? Pro and con, good and bad, for and against. These issues, they have all of those. And we have to ferret those out and then use those as a common understanding to build how we are going to go forward together, 340 million Americans strong. All right? We can do this, but we need your help. Okay? Be a better citizen. I know I am. And by the way, just a word about that, I was apathetic and unplugged and everything for years. Can't be that way. Okay, the leadership is what we make of it. It's time now for all of us. And I'm not talking about spending 40 hours a week. I'm just talking about an hour or two a week, a handful of hours a month, taking the time to talk to our neighbors, talk to people that we don't necessarily share views with, and understanding, where did you come from? How did you get where you are? And let me please tell you how I got where I am. All right, now this is a part of a 4-part series, a leadership series, and it all comes from this excellent book by Doris Kearns Goodwin, Leadership in Turbulent Times. Here's the front cover of the hardback version of this book. And again, I'm not going to try to convince you that this is like some kind of thriller or something like that, or a murder mystery or science fiction or something like that. It's a nonfiction book in which this great author spends considerable time talking about the most important aspects of these people's lives that caused them or kind of shaped them into what they were when they were president of the United States. So who are these for? Abraham Lincoln, Theodore Roosevelt, Franklin D. Roosevelt, and Lyndon Johnson. Okay? And so it talks about those leaders, and then she talks about 4 different types or situations of leadership. And so we talked about transformational leadership and crisis leadership. And today, number 3 is turnaround leadership. And she cites the situation for Franklin Delano Roosevelt back in the 1930s. Okay? So trying to come out of the Great Depression back in those days and trying to turn around the country. And ultimately having to deal with the rise of Hitler and Mussolini and on and on, the Axis powers and World War II. It was an unbelievable time, and probably one of the few times that is actually more stressful and more important than this time right now, because right now, pretty important time, okay, with the pandemic and the issues that we have with race and racism, and then having a person who would be a dictator as president we're right on the cusp. This is it's an important time, and that's why I'm making this series of shows and encouraging you to be better citizens. Please join me. Get back in the fight, okay? And I'm not necessarily say fight, but get back, get involved, okay? Please get involved. Seek out the truth. The who, the what, the where, and the when. Leave the rhetoric behind, and embrace the pro and the con, the good and the bad, the for and against of these issues. All right, so obviously there's multiple pages here in this book that talks about turnaround leadership, but nicely enough, the author has summarized that into subsections with excellent titles. So here are some actions or best practice things that we can. Excuse me, I have to turn my printer off here. That we can use for Franklin Roosevelt's ability here in this time frame of what he was facing. So here's some key points. Draw an immediate sharp line of demarcation between what was gone before and what is about to begin. Restore confidence in the spirit and morale of people. Strike the right balance of realism and optimism. Infuse a sense of shared purpose and direction. Tell people what they can expect and what is expected of them. Lead by example. Forge a team aligned with action and change. Create a gathering pause, a window of time. Bring all stakeholders aboard. Set a deadline and drive full bore to meet it. Set forth and maintain clear-cut ground rules with the press. Okay. Tell the story simply and directly to the people. Address systematic problems. Launch lasting reforms. Address systematic problems. Be open to experiment. Design flexible agencies to deal with new problems. Stimulate competition and debate. Encourage creativity. Open channels of unfiltered information to supplement and challenge official sources. Well, I have to say that is one thing that Mr. Trump does. We found one. I don't particularly like his version of it, but okay. Adapt. Be ready to change course quickly when necessary. And there it was. Okay. So again, 15-ish key ways to address the leadership issues of your time in a way that is effective. Okay? Effective in overcoming the issues of the day. Again, the book is Leadership in Turbulent Times by Doris Kearns Goodwin. Available, I'm sure, online at your local library, local bookstores. I'm sure you can read it online as well. Read it. Read it as part of being or moving forward as a better citizen, all right? Okay, so for the Pro and Con Show, I'm Michael James Ott, and until the next show, the fourth part of the Leadership series, bye for now.